And one man is dead and a police officer was injured after a shootout on Commercial Drive. The police watchdog is now looking into whether the actions of officers were justified. A warning: you may find some images in this story disturbing. CTV's Ben Milger is live near East 5th Avenue. Ben, take us through the details of what you've learned so far.
Mijung, witnesses describe a very chaotic scene here with several bursts of gunfire erupting over a period of about 30 minutes. One man tells us emergency response officers entered his home and actually smashed out his window so they could use his kitchen as a shooter's perch.
That's the SWAT truck at the very top of the street.
Witnesses say the shootout lasted for about half an hour, with intermittent exchanges of gunfire heard throughout that time. According to Vancouver police, the initial call was a report of an assault in an apartment building, and when officers arrived, the shooting started.
This was an exchange of gunfire at 8:30 at night on the drive here, heavily populated, a bunch of restaurants, a bunch of pedestrians.
As more and more police flooded into the area, streets were closed and officers evacuated nearby buildings.
There was a police came up and knocked on our door and brought us out with their weapon drawn and like sneaking out, gave us directions how to escape.
Patrons and staff at a nearby restaurant were told to stay inside. As the band played on, not realizing the serious nature of the unfolding situation.
I saw the SWAT guy in my door with the big gun, and I said, "Come on in."
This man says police entered his home, asking to look out his windows for a better vantage point before smashing the glass with a chair.
And some gunshots were going off while we were hiding in the corridor, and that's when I believe they shot this particular person.
Did you see the person? Or?
No, I did not, but the last shot that went off was the end of all the confusion, and it sounded like it came from my window.
Vancouver police say the deceased man was in his 40s and they believe he lived in the apartment where the alleged assault started the situation. Several hours after the shooting stopped, the coroner wheeled out a body and loaded it into a waiting van with shocked neighbors still in disbelief.
You see them pointing guns, but you don't expect them to actually shoot them.
The Independent Investigations Office is now in charge of the case, and investigators spent most of Thursday canvassing for witnesses, shell casings, and bullet holes.
So, Ben, what do we know about the police officer who was injured?
VPD confirmed to us that he was not shot, but was treated in hospital for some other unspecified injury and is now resting at home. The IIO is now the body solely responsible for this investigation. It could take months before we see a detailed report breaking down exactly how this tragedy unfolded. Mijung?
Thank you, Ben.